So I think this is going to be a rough day. I was looking at the map this morning before I headed out, and I think it's a lot of this kind of road. Then I feel like there's a little bit of single track trail, and then a bunch of highway walking. And I would hit the very first section where you could walk on the beach, but I'm 99% sure I gotta double check with the tides, but that I'm gonna be there at the exact wrong time for the tide. I think high tide is like 2 in the afternoon. I feel like I'm probably gonna get there around lunch, so I don't think it's gonna work. I'm gonna have to see, because I think there's 1 or 2 other sections on the beach, so I'm gonna have to see if I can somehow manage to make at least one of them work, because I'd like to walk the beach section and try that out, be something different. And then I'm not sure what happens after that. I know I'll hit a town, I gotta get some little more food, and yeah, I think it's just gonna be sort of a somewhat boring day. Although yesterday I had the highlight of the lighthouse in some random little town, so who knows, there might be something very cool in this town. And if there's anything at all, I'm definitely going to go check it out. Oh, that didn't take long to soak my feet. They are perfectly dry. This is actually a pretty nice trail. I mean, it's some kind of ATV road or something, but it doesn't seem it's heavily traveled. So again, I'm guessing mostly for moose hunting, but it's not too bad. Passed by a couple of lakes, waiting to see a moose. Hasn't happened yet. Well, not since the park. It definitely feels like summer's over though. We're starting to get the leaves changing on some of the trees. It's getting a little cooler. I feel like it was probably 8 or 9 overnight, I guess, which made for a pretty comfortable sleep. Okay. Come on, town. I found some single track. This is perfect. Breaks up the day a little bit.
You gonna do the beach walk? Looks like yours coming up.
No, because I don't think the tide's gonna work. I made it into Grand Valley at the grocery store, can have some lunch. I spent the last few miles hiking with ECT hiker, so he's going from Key West to Gaspé, so I didn't really video anything, but now I'm just gonna have a little bit of lunch and then mosey on. I think I got about 4 hours before high tide, so I'm gonna try the beach walk. It's not as long as I thought. I think it's only 5 or 6 kilometers, so I should have lots of time, and it'll break up some of this highway walking, so that'll be nice. This looked like an awesome change of pace. This should be fantastic. This is better than I could have imagined. I was worried it was going to be big boulders and sort of jumping up and down over everything, but this is pretty smooth going with some fantastic scenery. This is far more wild than I thought it was going to be. This is truly incredible. I'm so glad the tide worked out for me. I think I've got plenty of time. I can do a little exploring, which is nice. I don't think I'm in much of a rush, so I'm just gonna enjoy it. Well, hopefully this is my pinch point up here and then it starts to open up again. Otherwise, I might be going for a swim. I've still got a little bit of space to maneuver. Woohoo! I cleared the pinch point without getting my feet too wet, and luckily that was the only pinch point. I'm assuming whatever these giant buildings are over here is the end of the beach walk. And then, yeah, I'm not sure really what happens after that. I have to take a look at the map when I sit down. I wasn't really expecting to see anything that big. Generally all these towns are small single-story buildings, and that looks large and modern. Well, that was a fun day. I got to spend a few hours hiking with another thru hiker, which hasn't really happened yet, so it was a nice change of pace. He's what was his name? Stevie Wonder on the trek. He's doing I think daily blogs, but definitely blogs on the trek. So I'm gonna check it out when I get home. I think he's doing his whole Eastern Continental Trail on there, so should be interesting. I'd imagine there's some good pictures. And now I am off the highway and into the woods. I don't really know what the next bit's like. I feel like there's some single track trail coming, but we'll see. I know it goes around a few lakes, so there might be something nice there. I'm not sure why there's stairs here. This was a little unexpected and out of nowhere. I don't know that there's a park or anything. I just through the woods and all of a sudden there's some stairs. This is all very strange. It seems to be some kind of maybe like abandoned park or something. But it doesn't look too old, but it's clearly not used anymore. And nothing's on the map, so it's quite strange. Hard to believe there's no mention of this anywhere in the trail guide. Like Far Out doesn't mention it, there's nothing on the maps. This must have been some kind of fairly large park at some point. Well, this is a fun uphill to finish the day. I'm getting close to the shelter, and then I stumbled upon this. It's steep. Whew, that was the steepest climb I remember for a while. Might be close to one of the steepest on the whole thing. I think it was 300 meters up in, I don't know, 0.3 kilometers or something. Very, very steep. Well, I'm getting close to the top. Getting close to the end. Not much to go now. Now I've got to find some water. I don't know where the water is. Ooh, there's a sign. Always tricky. You never know if there's going to be a sign or not. Okay, let's see if we can find some water. Not a whole lot. Let me go downstream, see if I can find anything. It's not so bad. 1 liter. Nice and clean. Cold. Hard to complain. I don't think I'll need any more than that tonight.